This episode is brought to you by Michigan Economic Development Corporation. In Michigan, you can have both a rewarding career and a quality lifestyle, with plentiful career opportunities in world-changing, innovating industries, from electric vehicles to clean energy to biotech, with room for advancement no matter where you are in your career. Plus, Michigan offers a welcoming, beautiful, affordable, and inclusive community for all. Live your best life. You can in Michigan. Visit themichiganlife.org.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's, today's episode, I'm gonna be ranting about the video program OBS Studio. I've been using that program ever since I probably, at some point in time last year, I had to go out and get me a new laptop because the older laptop I had it wasn't working properly. So I just, that's like one thing that I hate the most is like when technology just fails on you. Like currently right now, I just got like the most crappiest of the crappiest iPhones, and it is an iPhone that I got just last year. And I'm like, I don't know if that's like their way of forcing you to go out and spend money on some other crap that's just gonna give out after a while. But I'm like, that's just the stuff that I hate, where it's like you have to keep constantly going out and buying new things because the one thing that you spent money on, that you was like, okay, like I've invested in you, like, so you better work. And man, like the iPhone, like honestly, I could go up to Apple and just like take all their iPhones and just set them on fire, but I know I'll go to prison over some stuff like that, so can't do that. But anyways, what else? Oh, then the laptop, I was like, I just didn't understand why it was messing up. Like, I'll be using it and the thing would just freeze on me. And I'm like, what laptop? Why would you guys have that technology put into the laptop? Why would you have it? Like, because somebody had to set that up. Like, that ain't just something that it just does, like, or it was developed. Like, no, somebody put that crap in there. So I'm like, why would you put that in there? My thing is that I would rather for it to send me like a notification or something saying like, hey, this laptop is old, you gotta go out and get you a new one. So then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not under the impression I gotta go and keep constantly looking up ways to fix it or ways around it. Like, just let me know that I gotta go out and get me a new. But it's like when you're trying to like hide around that crap and not tell a person, it's like, that's why people get so frustrated at the end of the day. So my beef with OBS. So one thing that I faced a lot in OBS is when I will be recording videos, right? And I think like maybe, I don't know, like I'm gonna have to like figure out another way. Probably I'm gonna have to use my headphones that I use like for gaming and use that, because when I use like my Beats by Dre headphones, like they will recognize them for a while, but then for some reason OBS will decide like whether my laptop updates or whether, I don't know if it's OBS or I don't know if it's my laptop, but at some point in time, whether it's OBS that updates or it's my laptop that updates, it just shuts, like it takes my, like it pretty much takes like my headphones like out of the OBS like settings. So it's not like you can't save that crap. I don't know how to save it, but I'm like, they should have a feature where it's like, it's locked, it's saved. Like the thing ain't gonna start up like unless like this is like, or it'll let me know. Cause I'm like, I don't know why it won't let you know like, hey, we've noticed that you use these headphones and it's not set up. So do you want to set that up before the video starts or before? Cause I'm like, man, that's really frustrating when you sit there and record like multiple videos and then you go and play them back and then there's no audio. And luckily I stopped, because I was like, if I would have continued on, like I planned on recording a lot of videos tonight. If I would have continued on and all those videos I had to delete them all, I would have been even more upset than what I'm already right now. And I probably would have sent OBS, like, I really want to send them, like, a tweet or a message saying, like, what kind of program do you guys have where stuff you can't save it? And I'm like, if there's something that I gotta pay for, send me in that direction so I could just go ahead and just pay for it and just use a program that's gonna work, like, and it's gonna actually work. But man, I'm telling you, I really hate that crap. That's something that's been happening to me ever since I've used OBS. And there was one time where I was like, no, I'm not going to use OBS. There's really no other program. I tried using XSplit. XSplit won't even let you use all the features that you can. I'm like, the fact that I was able to record using XSplit for so long, I'm like, man. But OBS, everybody was saying like, oh yeah, OBS is the better option. OBS is the better option. So I'm using OBS. And I'm like, I really had to disagree with you guys. It's not the better option. Like, it's the only option, really, but it ain't the better option. I'm like, man, I'm imagine that there's probably more better options out there. But OBS, it's the free option. It's the cheap option. And I'm like, nah, at that point, I'm like, free, cheapness, all that crap, that's all out the window. I will pay money for something if I need to. But OBS, man, I am sick and tired of that crap happening. Where I'm sitting and I'm like, now I'm like at this point where I'm paranoid and I have to keep constantly checking to see if it's record or if it's like played the audio in the background. So pretty much, yeah, I was recording reaction videos and the video, my microphone picked up, but the video that I was reacting to, the audio for that didn't pick up. And it's like, how do you think a person is supposed to react to that? Where it's like they recorded multiple videos and it's like you think like, okay, it worked the day before, it worked the day prior, now all of a sudden it want to stop working. Like, that's the stuff that just really gives me a headache. And I'm like, man, like it's good that, like, you know, things like that ain't a person, because I know, no doubt about it, I would have slapped something out of somebody. Like, I ain't gonna say it because of the children that's watching me that I don't know about, but YouTube wants to make it all kid friendly. So for the kids, I'm not going to say what's really on my mind. But just know that if OBS was a person and they were in front of me, somebody would have got hurt badly. So anyways, man, I'm like, I just don't understand. Like, why do things have to mess up? Like, for what? Why? There's no reason to. There's literally no reason to. Somebody please explain that stuff to me, because I'm like, I don't understand when OBS does crap like that. Like, is this something on my end? Is this something on their end? Like, is it a glitch? Because if it's a glitch, I'm like, hey, yo, you guys need to shut that program down until that glitch is fixed. Because I'm like, that just doesn't, that's beyond my, like, comprehension of thinking when crap like that happens. Like, I don't understand how it happens. My thing is I don't understand why people can't just come out with stuff that's gonna work properly. Like, they set, like, a time limit on that. They set, like, you know, there's, like, overall, like, after a while, it's just gonna just stop working properly. And I'm like, man, you guys, I'm like, OBS. And then I think it is OBS where they're like, oh, donate to support. I'm like, I will not donate a penny to you guys. If that's the program that y'all are giving out, I'm not donating nothing. I would rather just figure all that stuff out on my own, come out with my own program that's going to work properly, and people don't have to keep constantly downloading a bunch of crap unnecessary for no reason. It's like, bro, I wish things would just work properly so I wouldn't have these issues, because I'm like, I just really hate when I record multiple videos, like, throughout this past year. I've had to delete because OBS decided, oh, well, today we decide we're just going to shut down the audio for your reaction video and just have it where it's, you know, nothing's playing in the background, like no backup crap, nothing, like, and we ain't going to tell you, we're just going to wait till you get like 4 or 5 videos deep, and then that's when, I'm like, man, it's like, man, that stuff is like very, very frustrating. I'm like, I have to take breathers because, yeah, I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I'm like, that type of stuff. I'm like, I need like a head massage because these headaches, bro, I'm telling you, I'm like, people might think this stuff is funny, but I'm like, I hate that with a passion. I'm like, seriously, I'm like, if the program ain't gonna work properly, shut it down. That's it, period. It shouldn't have to be like, no, oh, well, either work on it and fix it right then and there, or shut the program down. That's it. That's all that I want to see or hear. But when all these other things come up, like, I'm telling you, like, that's why I stay away from like things that's buggy. I stay away from things that's glitchy. Like, for an example, the game Cyberpunk 2077. I played that game and I've seen some of the bugs and I've seen some of the glitches and I heard some of the things that was happening. And I experienced some issues when I played that game, and it was like it kept like sending me back to the main menu and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna play this game, because I know what it's trying to do, and I know it's trying to get underneath my skin and make me upset. So I think the best thing for me to do is to overall turn it off and not play it until that game is 100% completed. But if it ain't gonna be 100% completed, I am 100% positive that I'm not gonna play it. So that's why I'm like, bruh, when they come out with stuff and it ain't finished, I'm like, man, and you guys really thought y'all did something. Like the people that created OBS, like you guys really thought you did something. And it's like half of a program. Things I'm like, okay, let me see if there's like a way that I can save the settings. And when it's like, oh, okay, when something's not detected or when something's not, it. And you can't, and I can't really see, like when I'm doing a video, I can't see in the background if an audio is going to be playing from the video. Like I have to like have the program up, and I'm like, man, you guys, then you can't, but yeah, it's like I said, it's like you can't see it because they have it set up where you have to have it. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I need to just overall like tomorrow just kind of like, spend the day just kind of like, maybe not the day, but just spend a little bit of time like trying to figure that stuff out so I can have it where I see the video that I'm reacting to on OBS and it ain't like a, picture. Because people, they like, and that's another thing when they contact me talking about, I hate when you do that with OBS. I'm like, do you think I am the creator of the app or the program, whatever you want to call it? I don't know what I'm doing with OBS. I literally just started using this last year. And when I figure out the things that I need to fit, even then when I started using it, I was having issues with it. Man, I hate when people be sitting there trying to tell you like how to use things like, oh, you're supposed to be a pro at this stuff. You're supposed to, and I'm like, it's my first time using it. People like that don't ever talk to me. Don't say nothing to me. I don't want to hear nothing that you have to say. You keep that stuff to yourself, okay? Just keep it to yourself. Because it's people like that where I'm all like, man, like, can I please just see you in like face to face, just so I can tell you like how do I feel about your comments? Like, please, can I just see you face to face? Because I'm like, man, it's times like that where I'm like, I don't care what like you've used it a lot longer than I have. So my thing is like, okay, do you need to be here when I'm using new programs and stuff? I'm like, man. And then it's funny, people, I'll say things like that, and they're like, oh, you have such an attitude. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the compliment. I'm like, I that's something that I did know of. I'm all like, and that's something I'm like, yeah, I'm like, you should have known that I had an attitude. You should have known that. I'm like, people, I'm like, man. It's like, yeah, deep breaths, because I'm like, OBS, it really upsets me when they do that crap. And I'm like, it's why? For what? What reason? Like, just please, somebody just answer that. Like, how does a program do that crap? And then they get away with it. Like, man, I ain't recommended OBS to people. I ain't made videos saying how to do. And that's why I'm like, another thing that I hate about it is that I have to, every time when I use that program, I always have to change the settings to the picture. Because it'll be super bright for no reason. And I'm like, why is it so bright? For what? Why? I'm like, there's no reason for it to be this bright. Even when I'm like, record videos at night, like nighttime and stuff, and it'll be super bright. And I'm like, why are you so bright? Then when you try to change the settings, you have to keep constantly changing it. And I'm like, fam, the way I left it, or the way that it was when I stopped recording videos, that's how it needs to be. Every time. But when you keep constantly, I hate the fact that it changes every single time when I'm using it. And I'm like, man, I don't know what it is, but I'm like, you guys shut the program down if it is not going to be working properly. But yeah, there's just companies out there that's like, they just get away with that stuff. And I'm like, man, if only you guys knew how people truly felt. And I'm like, you guys are probably second guess with releasing these programs. Because I'm saying, if they knew what people were saying, if they knew how, they probably, yeah, if I, hands down, I'm like, if anybody at OBS hear this podcast, I'm like, yeah, you, or podcast episode, I'm like, yeah, you guys, I think it's best if y'all just shut the program down until that thing is like, because my thing is like, because they just recently had to update it, and there was all these like bug fixes and stuff, so I'm like, so this program ain't 100% then. I need a program that's 100%. I don't need a program that's going to be getting updated time after time. I'm like, yeah, it's crap like that. And people, I know there's always going to be that person like, oh, well, things have to... Shut up. I do not care. I really don't have to care what your... whatever you have to say about whatever you know about technology and all that crap. I'm like, no. My thing is like, if the product is going to get released to the public, it needs to be 100%. You can't release some food, like 50% of the food, like, oh, it's 50% unfinished. Like, my thing is like, if I know that it's unfinished, like, for an example, when they have like early access and they're all like, hey, this game is unfinished, it's not fully developed, so overall, just understand that. Then I know what I'm getting myself into. Then I know when that's like uncooked food. You know that food is uncooked, but it's like, that's like if it gives you a box and it just says like you know, steak, and it's all like, and then you get like, then you're all like, oh, well, it's like, okay, it's steak must be cooked, steak must be, like, you're just gonna assume things. And that's how it is when they release an iPhone, Xbox, a PlayStation, OBS, or any other crap. You assume that when you just see OBS or iPhone 11 or this or that, you are like, oh, well, this stuff is if it's being released to the public, it must be 100% completed or something, and it's not. And I'm like, the fact that it's like, it has to, do you think you would eat some food where it has to keep constantly getting updated and it just keeps changing the flavors over and over again to finally get something down right? No, you wouldn't. I'm like, if that stuff ain't 100%, then it ain't gonna be 100% with me. So I'm like, that's overall, I'm like, I try to stay away from that, but you can't, because that's literally everything's out there besides food and all that stuff. But anyways, yeah. Stay away from OBS until that crap is 100%. But anyways, I just feel like that there's just more. Like, there's just more to do, like, with it. Because I'm like, you guys, man, y'all just don't understand. Like, oh, man, OBS. I'm like, you guys, and y'all supposed to be the best program ever. Well, that's a lie, obviously. I'm not like, because I'm saying I just need something just simple. They just got a program out there just for people to do reaction videos. Cool, I'm 100% for that. I am fine with that. But I don't want to use OBS no more. That's like the one program I'm like, if there ain't no way possible of fixing that crap myself, I don't want to have that program no more. I just hate the fact where I have to keep constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again. Every time when I start up that program, I'm like, a person got to do this all the time? Like, every time when they use it, that makes me not want to ever close out the program again. But hey, guess what? I don't have multiple laptops sitting around my house that's going to be working. Like, oh man, I'm like, OBS, if only you guys was like next door, I would honestly like punch through a window and grab somebody by their collar and just be like, shut the program down. Do not ever release another program a day in your life if that stuff ain't gonna be working properly. I gotta keep constantly doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I'm like, bro, y'all don't understand. Like, that's just nothing. This particular episode, nothing but anger and frustration. I'm like, I'm telling you, it's nights like this where I'm like, man, you know, the nights where things do go good and I record a bunch of videos and I do a lot of different things, because that just honestly, that just demotivates a content creator when it's like you come across problems like that. Because it's like, okay, well, how am I supposed to record my videos? Like, that's the thing where I'm like, okay, this program is for recording videos and streaming. So if I can't do them two key things, why does the program even exist? Like, does that make any sense? Like, does that honestly make any sense? For a program to exist and it's not going to work. Like, shut the program down. That's it. Just shut it down. And then when it actually does work and people can do the things that they want to do, and that stuff, you know, I ain't got to keep constantly restarting or doing it, like changing, like it just works properly, then okay, I will use it. But until then, I do not ever want to see OBS a day again in my life. I'm like, man, I'm telling you, Streamlabs OBS is dope. But OBS Studios, no. stay away from that. Stay far away from that. Because that crap is broken. So, anyways, yeah. I will talk to you guys at a later time. I just need to overall find something that's gonna make me happy, but there's honestly nothing right now I think that can like make me happy. I just think overall, just I don't know, talking with people probably would make me happy. But it's midnight. It's 1 a.m. right now, 1:18 a.m. and I think everybody's asleep. So the key people that I would talk to, but they're asleep. And I ain't gonna wake them up so I can rant. So, anyways. Outriders, that game comes out today at 9, so I'll definitely be downloading that. Been playing the demo. The demo is fun. I like the demo, so I can't wait for the game to come out. Probably gonna end up playing old crappy Division 2. That's another unfinished game. I don't know why I keep I'll play something knowing that it's broken or not messing or not working right. I'm like, man, you guys, and y'all get paid for this stuff. Like, y'all get paid to do these things. I'm like, I think y'all need to give back your money. Because, definitely, y'all wasn't getting paid for the same job. So, but anyways, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for some more episodes. Still got a strike on my channel because YouTube is an unfinished website. So, yeah. Just overall, when stuff is working properly and things is finished, then get involved with it. But anyways, yeah, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Oh yeah, subscribe to one of my 31 YouTube channels. Follow my podcast on any streaming platform. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram at TMossBoss, and like my Facebook page, TMossBoss fan page. And until then, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.